Hi everyone, Captain Magpie's YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today I am going to do a player previews part 3 now. This one's easy for me to tell. I think it's more likely that we're going to see a lot of especially now that season's around the corner. So let's jump straight into it, and I'll go through it. Now Josh Dacos, I think he's going to kill playing on the wing. I think he'll be averaging about 21 to 24 possessions per game. And if he can kick about 10 to 15 goals, maybe a little bit more, I think it does go a long way for us. So if he's averaging half a goal a game or a goal a game, maybe, it might suit us for the long run. So that's the way how I see it. Potentially, that's how I expect that to happen. So I think the more that you see him play on the wing, or maybe playing an inside midfield, I think that you can get that burst. And the one thing I will say is that he's good around goal. So he can really push the way that that we want to play. Now, Josh Dacos. Now, let's just say he needs to deliver. Yeah? Simple as fact. He needs to deliver. Playing that midfield forward role, which I think it's better for him. Definitely. Certainly can see him playing that role. I think if he's averaging about 20 to 24, 25 possessions per game and averaging about half a goal a game or a goal a game, 30 to 35 goals a season, maybe a little bit further, he will play midfield forward, so that could be 70-30, 60-40, I think, in my guessing on that. If we can, I think it does go a long way for us to win this game. And if I can see the future in him, I think it goes a long way for us to win the game. So I will say he is the most damaging player for us. He needs to develop into a big midfielder. So kicks these 3 goals. If he's kicking 2 or 3 goals a game, and one thing that he's a forward, but he wants to play more midfield, I think it does help him a little bit. So it could be 40 forward, 60 midfield, or 40 midfield, and potentially 60 forward. 60 forward, 40 midfield, wherever that could be. But I still think that he is a really good player. I think it does go a long way for us to win the game. And once he does that, once he learns to develop, I think it will give time, I think, as well, for him to play his role. So it's the only way that I will say on that. Now, Jamie Elliott, I think I'm expecting him to play 70-30 forward mid. He's damaging across that forward line. He can go into the midfield. Can kick a couple of goals as well. I'm going to say 1 to 1.5 goal a game. If he can get about 40, maybe 45, maybe a little bit less than that potentially, I think he's going to be the most damaging small forward in the competition. The reason I say that is because he can play his role beautifully. If he can play that way that you want him to play, I think it does go a long way for us to win the game. So I think the more you play him, I think the better that you get. So that's one thing that I do take out of that really well. Jack Janivian. I think he'll play more VFL. Get him to that experience. I don't think he'll play a couple games at all this year. I think as a first year player, I want to see him play more VFL and potentially play as a, what do you call it? To play his role. He might get a game later on potentially, but that does depend on how he needs to play. If he can do that, it does go a long way for us to win. To help him develop, and he could be a potential, up and young coming player. That's for sure. We did get him in the draft. Now, Levi Greenwood, if he can play 14 games and do a tag on, he can kick a couple goals out of doing that. About 10 goals out of the 14 games. I think it does go a long way for us to help nullify the likes of Dustin Martin. But play him as a tagger. I know he can play across the half back line, but you're not going to allow Jaden Short to dominate, but you're more likely to be worrying about Dustin Martin than you are a Jaden Short. I think with that role, I think he can do it really well. He has tagged in the past, and I think the more that we use him as a tagger, I think the better it is. That's my 4 play previews. If you disagree in what I say, please let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to have this discussion. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your whole neighbourhood. Calm the pies. We're coming for another win. See ya.